Nothing is impossible in this world. And you can have anything and everything that you want. To get that, what you have to do is believe in your own self, keep your focus steady, and start doing something about it. When I say do something, you may ask, what should I do? To put it simple, give as much as you can and you will get back enormous amount of what your heart has been longing for. Giving out what you want most comes back to you better than you imagine. What goes around comes around. If you want others to love you, love others without any inhibitions. If you want respect, respect others without any preconditions. If you want success, help others to succeed in all the ways you can. Mentor others to climb their ladder of success. If you want knowledge, share the knowledge you have with the underprivileged people. If you want everything that you are dreaming for, help others to fulfill their dreams. What you sow, so shall you reap, is the law of karma, or you can say it is a universal law. You are a reflection of your predominant thoughts, beliefs, words, and actions. You receive according to your predominant thoughts. If you send out positive thoughts will come back like a boomerang with positive and emotional energy from others to fulfill your dreams. You will see that it comes even from unexpected quarters. I would like to share with you a beautiful true story. I have heard and read about it several times, but I cannot vouch for its truth. Anyway, it's worth mentioning it here. An 18-year-old student at Stanford University was struggling to pay his fees. He was an orphan and a mediocre student. Not knowing where to go for money, he came up with a bright idea. He, along with his friend, decided to hold a musical concert on their college campus to raise money for their education. They approached the greatest pianist of all time, Mr. J. Pedrowski. His manager demanded a fee of $2,000 for the piano recital. A deal was struck and the boys began to work to make the concert a grand success. And finally, the big day arrived. Pedrowski performed at Stanford. But unfortunately, the two students had not managed to sell enough tickets. They expected more than $2,000 so that the excess could be used to cover the cost of their studies. But the total collection was only $1,600. Totally disappointed, they went to Pedrowski and explained him their plight. They gave him the entire $1,600 and gave him a promissory note for the balance and promised him that they will honor their commitment at the earliest possible time. Pedrowski came to know of the students' plight, their real needs and intentions. He not only tore the promissory note, but also returned the $1,600 they gave him and asked them to keep the money for their studies. The boys were totally surprised and they thanked him profusely. For Pedrowski, it was a very small act of kindness, but it clearly marked out Pedrowski as a great human being. All these things happened in 1892. Pedrowski later went on to become the Prime Minister of Poland in 1919. He was a great leader. But unfortunately, when the First World War began, Poland was ravaged. There were more than 1.5 million people starving in his country and he had no money to feed them. Pedrowski did not know where to turn for help. He reached out to ARA, the American Relief Administration, for help. At that time, the head of ARA was a man called Herbert Hoover, who later went on to become the US President in 1929. Hoover, as the head of ARA, agreed to help and quickly shipped tons of food grains to feed the starving Polish people. A calamity was averted. Petrowski was so relieved, he decided to go across to meet Hoover and personally thank him. When Petrowski began to thank Hoover for his noble gesture, Hoover quickly interrupted him and said, "You should not be thanking me, Mr. Prime Minister. You may not remember this, but several years ago, you helped two young students to go through their college education in US. I was one of them, and at that time, we were in a hole." Petrowski helped Hoover, an orphan, to get education even without knowing him. The law of karma made Hoover the head of American Relief Administration to help Petrowski as a president of Poland to feed his war-ravaged people. "No one is useless in this world who lightens the burden of another," said Charles Dickens. Do all the good you can, by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all the times you can, to all the people you can, as long as ever you can. We make a living by what we get, but we make a life only by what we give. The world is a very wonderful place. What goes around definitely comes around. Thank you.